Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. An absolute pleasure to have you here with us in London. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with
Of
us.
course.
Joining this incredible show, Foundation. I mean, the
Wait,
novels,
is it foundation? Fuck, shit, I thought I was doing something else.
that's where
No,
we
I'm
all met.
kidding. Yeah,
I mean, the novels were kind of seen as maybe impossible to adapt for TV, and the
yeah,
fact that it's sort of so sprawling and vast, and the way it travels through time and space.
yeah,
And obviously, David Goyer was able to achieve that.
yeah.
There's this huge fan base attached to it. What was it like coming on board?
Okay, now I'm getting nervous. I didn't know all that. No, I'm kidding. First of all, I think one of the most incredible things with the books is that they expand over 1,000 years. And the way Asimov wrote them, it's like he's focusing on a certain period, jumping 120 years, focusing on a different period, et cetera, et cetera. That works very well for TV. We can do the same things with seasons. We can go from, like season one was this time period, season two, and now season three, we're like, what are we, 150 years in the future, and the Mule is here. So that works very well. How was it being part of a big, incredible show like Foundation? It kind of happened so fast, so I didn't really think about it. Michael was doing the role, Persbrandt, and then something happened, whatever. Like, I'm not into that. I think it was productional stuff. And then David called me and said, from one Scandinavian to another Scandinavian. And I'm a massive fan of Michael's work. So I thought it was quite the honor to walk in his footsteps and to be part of something so unique and incredible as Foundation. So it was a no-brainer.
The Mule, what a fascinating character to take on. And, it's treading this line, I guess, between sort of terror and tragedy, because obviously he is this huge threat.
I'm totally going to steal that.
But there's this loneliness to him, and he
Yeah,
doesn't know. He ultimately seems like someone who wants to be loved and can never trust if anyone truly does because he's controlling people.
exactly.
What was your way into the character in that sense?
Melancholic, him being melancholic, I was very inspired. This is going to sound weird because you're not going to notice it, but for me, I was very inspired by The Little Prince, the French book, Le Petit Prince. He's on his own planet, and his best friend is a little rose that deflowers every single day. And I thought that was kind of the storyline of the Mule as well. He just wants to have a friend. He just wants to be loved. He just wants to be with people who genuinely appreciate him as who he is. But he never knows if it's for real or his own mentalist strength that is controlling other people. So that was one of the key points. And I kept talking to David about it. I kept saying, I just want to have lines where I said, "You will all love me. You will all love me one day."
And what about joining this incredible cast, particularly going to head with people like Jared Harris?
That
What
was
was it like
fun.
working with
No,
him?
Jared is awesome. I'm a massive fan of Jared. I saw his work on Mad Men. I saw it on Chernobyl, and get to do a couple of scenes. I don't want to spoil anything, but the scenes I got to do with Jared was really, it was like two boxers going into a ring, I'm like, I know you're the hero, but I'm the hero of my story. So I got to take space. And if you go into the arena and you don't bring your best game, Jared is still a very good friend and a good colleague, so he'll drag you along. So the scene is going to be awesome anyway.
And the production values are just sky high. And you were shooting across,
Yeah,
Prague and to places in Spain, Czech Republic. And so, what was it like? Were there some like really challenging moments, really fun
I
moments?
think I think that's one of the things I love the most about my job. It's to travel the world, get to work with incredible people, eat good food, drink incredible wine, and all of that was in Prague for me. So that's the benefit. One thing is doing the job. Another thing is just to hang out and have a good time. And especially on a TV show like Foundation that's being shot for, I don't know, 8, 9 months. It was like forever. And we got stopped by the writer's strike and had to reboot, etc. It was truly special, you know? When you're doing a production, it's a quick in and out often, but when you're doing a TV show, it's a longer collaboration. So you get to hang out with these people, and they're not only colleagues, they end up becoming friends. So at the end, the Mule got some friends.
And just very quickly, in terms of the takeaways, I think like any really good sci-fi, obviously we're taken to very fantastical places, but really what's driving the story are the human characters. And, what do you think it does have to say about kind of how we might speculate about where our future is taking us?
If you read the books, you'll know, and this is not a spoiler because we haven't got to that yet, that power corrupts. The Empire ended up corrupting itself. The Mule has a prediction that the Empire, that's the whole premise of the show, the Empire will fall. And I'm not going to quote my lines from the show, but at one point I'm talking to one where I'm going like, when was this prediction going to happen? In 800 years. And at my current pace, 50. And then that says a lot about the destructive nature of the Mule, that he's going to ruin everything. So that would be the thing, that power corrupts, because as in the books, the Foundation takes over and it crumbles because, we're all going to die.
And on that note... thank you so much for sharing all that.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful.
Huge congrats on an incredible performance, and can't wait for everyone else to see season 3 of Foundation. Thank you.